This is my state, this is my team. You know what that means. This is for the black and blue that I bleed. This is for the chance to bring home that ring. But everybody gonna doubt this. So far there ain't been another way around it. We bring heat to the game each week. They just say we ain't got what it takes, we ain't bout it. Well, y'all can just keep saying that we ain't gonna make it, but at the end of the day, this will be the Panthers nation. You know, this ain't a game to us major players at every angle that you can think of. That's why you hate us. Get out the way of greatness. You can look at our faces and see the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to create this. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but you can save it. Cause even on the darkest of days, you know we're always gonna find a way to. We gotta.
Thank you for bringing us.
What is up? We are live. How you guys doing today? On this wonderful Friday, as we get ready for the Steelers versus Panthers preseason game. First, before we get started, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, select all, leave a comment down below. If you like the channel, if you like the videos, if you like the streams, hit up that chat. Let's go. I want to see some keep pounding in the chat right now. It's game day. Come on, y'all. Also, by the way, Chick-fil-A. I am not sponsored. I just love Chick-fil-A that much. All right. If you want to be a part of the Fantasy Football Keep Pounding League, leave me a comment, leave me a chat message, and I'll get back to you. And we will try to get you involved in that. 11 spots left. We are playing just for fun this year. Next year we'll be playing for surprises, or possibly the year after for autographs from training camp, as well as a signed letter from me. Thank you for participating and winning the top 3 spot. That being said, let's dive on into this. Okay, I don't have anybody to shout out at the moment because nobody's name is showing up in the feed. So, but just know that if you have subbed recently, I thank you very, very much, and welcome to the crew. We appreciate you. We welcome. I want to start with this because I feel like with everything that's been going on, I saw this in Big Catch Chat. Somebody brought this up again, and it's time for this narrative to die. Okay? It is time for it to die. Cam Newton refusing to jump on a fumble during the Super Bowl. Now, I'm going to prove to you on stream, on video, right now, why he did not jump on this ball. And you can believe what you want to believe. You can throw around whatever narrative you want to throw around, because that's the media narrative. That's what they're going to do. But I want to put this to rest right now. I'm getting sick and tired of it, and I know you guys are too. I don't mind people bringing up Cam Newton. You know, I don't mind people bringing up the 2015 Panthers. I do it all the time. That's not a problem. Now, the problem comes in where this whole narrative starts covering up everything else that you're talking about. This has become Cam's legacy, supposedly. Quote unquote. You know, and dude, I'm getting so sick and tired of this. And I want to show you guys why, and I want to point out the exact players. Alright. Now, this is Cam not jumping on the ball. Now, I want you to look at number 59 right here, or 58. And I want you to also look at this player right here on the right. If he had gone for this ball, 58 was sitting right there. He would have gave this man a concussion, or at least a broken arm. There's a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and not to mention we got this big guy right here too. This guy could have seriously injured Cam. Seriously, are for weeks. You think those injuries that he had before were bad? He's already hit. Now, mind you, he's already had a concussion to this point in the game. He has already had one. Do you want this man to have a second concussion? Do you want to have a broken arm? A hurt shoulder? Who knows what could have happened on that play? This is your Super Bowl representing quarterback for our team. This man gives us the best shot at winning a Lombardi that day. Now, do you want him to go down with an injury again? Think about that before you start bringing up that tired old narrative again. I'm getting sick and tired of that garbage. I want it to die. I want it to die right now with this stream. This dude right here. Look how big this dude is. Look how small Cam is. Look at the size comparison. You think this man's not going to get injured while trying to dive on that football? Man, come on. I'm about done with this nonsense right here. I'm about done with it. I'm tired of hearing about it. Every time I go into somebody else's chat, I hear about this garbage. And I'm like, this is 6 years from the Super Bowl. Today. And I saw this in somebody's chat yesterday. It's been 6 years, guys. Why are we still talking about this? Why are we still here? Why are we still here? Look at this pile. Look at this pile right here. You think Cam's not going to get injured in that pile? Y'all certainly aren't watching the same play I was. And I have video proof of it. Video proof. If y'all want me to look up the players, I will. I'm dead serious, I will. Because I'm getting tired of this. Now, after this stream, I don't want to hear no more about this. This Cam not diving on a fumble business in my streams. Y'all feel me? I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear about it. So don't come in here into my chats with this garbage. Or after this stream. Alright. Now that we got that business out of the way. Now, let's get right to business here. Because I ain't gonna waste no time. We got a short amount of time before the game. Let's get to it. So, let's get to these trades. Now, I put out a video yesterday regarding these trades, but I want to get into them in detail. Because, and I want to show you guys the value that we're getting with each one of these trades and what we're not getting. What's up, Anthony? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Also, welcome to the stream, Pamela. How are you doing? Panthers family? Absolutely. Hopefully we kick butt today. That's right, Zero Chill. I hope so too. This game is going to test us on every single level. Every level. Y'all have heard me say that several times now, and I'm going to prove it to you once we start going through this roster. Because the Steelers are the most well-built I wish I could talk today, but depth chart every year during preseason. The most well-built and strong depth chart at every position. Now, yes, every team has their strengths and weaknesses. Every team has their weak spots in certain positions, and we're going to see that today with the Steelers. But for the most part, the Steelers test us all the way down the roster. This is our final test to see if we are worthy and ready for that regular season. That grueling 18 regular season schedule. So, let's take a look at what we got in these trades. All right, so first, we traded Perryman. Now, I want to spend a little time on this one because Denzel Perryman did not make starting role. Jermaine Carter beat him out. Now, at this point, when you look at the linebacking crew, where are we at? Where are we at? So let's find out. Because we need to know. Right? Alright, so we've got Shaq Thompson, we got Julian Stanford, we got Jonathan Celestin. We got Jermaine Carter, we got Clay Johnston, we got Patty Fisher. And we got Hassan Reddick, and we got Luvu. And I'll tell you exactly why this man got traded. Frankie Luvu. That's why. If you've been watching the type of camp that this man has been having right here, and in preseason, there's no mystery as to why this man is second string right now. There's no mystery whatsoever. That's where our man Denzel Perryman was supposed to be. If he had had a good preseason, he would be. And we'd have Luvu at third string. And we'd probably be putting Luvu on the practice squad, right? Now, here's where it gets interesting. If you look at what we gave up, Perryman and a 7th round pick. Now, granted, we got to take a look at Perryman. We got to find out where this man was drafted at. Let's say this is what, 4th, 5th round pick material right here. That's his value, right? Trade that in a 7th round, and you get a 6th. I would argue a 5th round value for Perryman. I would argue that because of what we got in this trade. Now, if you consider that, this is a brilliant trade. This is an absolutely brilliant trade. This man is wheeling and dealing right now, and I love it. That's my type of GM. Now, what did we do with this 7th round pick right here? Well, I'll tell you. We went after a kicker. So the picks go round and round and round, and we get Mr. Ryan Santoso for a conditional 7th round pick. That's the 7th round pick that we just got for the Perryman trade now. Was it? Or did we get a 6th? We got a 6th, didn't we? Yeah, we got a 6th. That was my bad. Yeah, let me look at this. Yep, 6th round pick. Okay. So somehow we had 2 7th-round picks in 2022, and I'm not sure how we got it. I think yes, that's right. It was the Greg Little trade. That's how we got the 7th-round pick. So yes, this is the Greg Little pick that we used to trade for Ryan Santoso. Now, I read the stats to you in the video. Joey Sly from 45 yards out, 0 for 4. 0 for 4. Yikes. Now, I don't need to tell you what's going on after that point. Y'all already know. We can't just sit there on a kicking problem and not do anything about it. And this is after we got Ryan Santoso. This is after we got Ryan. So no, it was Eberle, right? Was it Dominic Eberle? Yeah, it was Eberle. Okay, so I'm getting out of order here, but Eberle went 2 for 4 from that same range. So we signed a kicker that goes 2 for 4, and Joey Sly goes 0 for 4. We tried to bring in competition, but the competition failed too. So now what? We trade that 7th for Santoso. So how did Santoso do? That's the question I've got right now. And many of you are wondering the same thing, and I don't have any info on that. I don't remember the guy's name that actually reported those numbers, but that must have been from practice this week. But that's an issue. We got to solve kicker problem. But I wanted to get into that because of the fact that I really, really like the trade value. And before I get into the trade value thing, here's the list of stations and networks that are going to be covering the team today. So I'll leave that on the screen while I talk about the trade values. Now, many of you don't know that I actually do a lot of Madden playing off stream, but I don't do the things that you would expect with my Madden teams. I purposely, for fun, go and rebuild teams. I don't play the games. I let the computer do that, and I restructure the teams. I rebuild them. I trade. I make good values. I'm a trading wizard when it comes to Madden. A lot of people don't know that, and I will be doing Madden Mondays on Shadow Warrior Gaming on Facebook. So if you're interested in that, we'll be starting that back up on Monday. But interestingly enough, I don't know if you guys saw my Facebook post, but if we have players on the bubble that we're not sure if they're going to make the roster or not, that are question marks, like Greg Little was, you trade them for 7th-round value. And what this does is you're allowed to have about, 10 to 12 draft spots, right? I think they upgraded it to 12, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But what you could do is you could start building up those draft spots, and you can trade up for 6th rounds. And it's a beautiful thing because there's a lot of talent that shows up in that 6th round every year. And you look at what Scott Fitterer did with Greg Little, and I thought that was the most brilliant trade of this year. And y'all are going to think I'm nuts. But based on what I just told you about what I do with restructuring teams in Madden, yes, brilliant trade. This man got proper value for Greg Little, I think, at this stage. You got an offensive lineman that you're not even sure he's going to make the roster, much less the practice squad. His value went all the way down. All the way down. You know, what, we traded up for him, right? Is that what we did for him? Y'all help me remember on that one. Did we trade up? That's what I was hearing. And I don't remember exactly how we acquired him, which round. But his value went all the way down to a 7th round pick. And we had a few other teams asking for him too. You know, this wasn't just a cakewalk situation. We had like 3 or 4 teams asking for him. Yeah, we traded up. That's what I thought. Yep. Does anybody know what round we got him in? I think it was like 2nd or 3rd, if memory serves. But to see that value go all the way down that quickly in a month is really concerning and should be raising some alarm bells for our offensive line. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've been watching the last 5 years of this offensive line degrading, and I mean it's not even a slow degrade either. It's a quick grade once we start up the seasons. And that concern goes up sky high when we get a situation like that. But I'm going to tell you why it's not as concerning as we think it is. The media is going to play this up. The media will always play this up because they're looking for a negative story, right? That's what they do. Now think about this. Look at the protection that we had during that last game against the Ravens. All the way down the roster. Pass protection now. I'm not talking about run blocking. I'm talking about pass protection. That's an improvement. That's a massive improvement. Think about what we looked like against the Colts. Now, yes, we do need to work on the run blocking, but that's why this is not raising as many alarm bells as it should with me. I don't know about y'all, but this is not raising the alarm bells. And by the way, screenshot that list if you want, so you make sure that you're able to watch the game today. And again, I encourage you to watch the last 2 minutes of this game, because that's how Efi Obata ended up with a starting job. 3 years. Highly encourage you to watch that last 2 minutes. I know some of y'all are going to fall asleep because the starters aren't in. Don't do that, man. Stick around. We got an electric depth chart this year. It may not look like it on paper, but we got an electric depth chart. I'm going to show you guys in a few minutes. While I'm eating my sandwich. Sorry if I'm making y'all hungry. I just had a limited time today. So, busy schedule. You know how it is on game day. Let's go to the chat here. If we wouldn't have got Will Greer, we could have gotten a kicker, Metcalf. Todd, you got a point. You got a solid point. At the time, we thought, okay, well, Gano's doing well, so there's no point in going after kicker, right? We got Joey Slye. We thought we fixed the problem then, too. But then we got Will Grier. We thought, okay, well, Will Grier's okay. You know, it's kind of a failed experiment. Well, this year, Will Grier hits 11 for 14, just gets on fire during preseason and training camp, and PJ drops off the map with a 1 for 8. And I'm going to get into that in a minute. Y'all already know that rant's coming. Y'all already know. But, that was really disappointing. And I love PJ, man. I love PJ. Nothing but love on this channel for PJ. I want to make sure to stress that. As much as I throw this guy under the bus, nothing but love. Okay? He's a great guy. And again, I want to stress the fact that Will Grier hit just about every one of his passes during that Ravens game and underthrew it only once. Only once. Now think about that. Why is this competition still wide open? When Will Grier was given the chance to pass 14 times, completed 11 of them, 2 of them down deep, 2 of them in midfield, and the rest short range, of course, dump offs because of the Ravens' pressure. Understandable, you know. I don't hold that against him. But he completed 11 for 14. PJ gets 8 passing attempts. And he overthrows the janitor, the food stands, the people up in section 208. Come on, man. How is this man still competing for second spot right now? You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. I saw that article and I'm just like, what is Matt Rule smoking in those freaking offices? To not look at this and say, nah, I've seen enough. We don't even need to go to preseason game number 3 to figure this battle out. It's already done. It's done. I saw everything I needed to see during that Ravens game. If I was a head coach, that battle would have been done right there. If it was even open in the first place. Man. And the reason I stress the importance of this is because how many starting quarterbacks have we had that went down over the past 5 years? Here's a challenge for you. Here's a legit challenge for you. Find me a quarterback in the last 5 years since the Super Bowl. We're starting since 2016. Find me a quarterback that stayed healthy. Find me one. We even signed people off the street and they got injured. And we're supposed to trust the fact that the O-line's got this? After one preseason game? Nah. Mm-mm. Y'all got to show me some consistency on that line. I need to see 2 or 3 games before I start believing it. You know what I mean? Because if we're going to come out here and say, well, this O-line after 1 game is protecting these guys, we ain't got nothing to worry about. And we just lazily go into the Steelers game and then the O-line fails today, then what? Then what? Because we go into the Jets, we take over the Jets, we take care of business there. The O-line looks better than it should, because it's the Jets. They make everybody's O-line look like Pro Bowlers. They could even make the Cincinnati Bengals O-line look like Pro Bowlers. That's how bad the Jets are. And we'll think, okay, well, our line problems are fixed. We go into the Saints game. Oh, no. They're not fixed at all. And we find out exactly how broken our O-line really is. Now, granted, this is 2 games into the season, and then we play Dallas. Are y'all starting to see the picture here? This is not good. O-line falters lead to quarterback injuries, which means Sam Darnold goes on the IR before week 6. For how long, we don't know. Let's just say hypothetical, guys. Guess what situation pops up? P.J. Walker versus Will Grier. Now this battle comes to the forefront. It gets argued on sports networks. It gets argued everywhere. Everybody sees our most vulnerable kryptonite problem. In our mismanagement of not being able to put Will Grier over P.J. Walker will lead to dead drives. We will have more problems scoring the red zone. We'll have more problems with the defense staying on the field too long, just like we did in the Ravens game. But everybody looks at P.J. Walker's short numbers and they say, oh, well, P.J. is the greatest backup quarterback in the league. P.J. is amazing. When in reality, if anybody's really watching that game, and I'm going to point these people right back to the 1 for 8 during last week's game, and I'm going to say, you know what? I don't know what Panther Vision glasses y'all got on, but this is not good. If we can't solve this problem, how are we going to solve any of the rest of our problems on this team? This is quarterback. This is supposed to be the veteran leader of the team. This is your captain of your ship. And if your management cannot decide who should be the second string captain of your ship, you're already sunk. I'm trying to tell you. You're already in trouble. And y'all think the Saints are dangerous. Oh no. Oh no. We've got Dallas, the Eagles, and the Vikings back to back to back on our schedule. And everybody's just like, oh, this is such a soft schedule. This is such a soft schedule. No, it's not. These are trap games, ladies and gentlemen. These are trap games. Imagine having PJ Walker or Will Grier in for those 3 games right there. Think about that. This is why we need to solve this problem now. This week. Don't wait. Solve it now. Lord of this management, man. I tell you, every year they do something incredibly stupid. And this year, this is it. Right here. Both of them don't look good. I agree with you, but I also disagree with you, Todd. All right. Here's what I'm looking at. Now, the reason why I agree with you is for obvious reasons. You guys have seen it on tape. You guys have watched both preseason games. Will Grier underthrows the ball, right? He underthrows the balls, that leads to picks. That's turnovers. PJ Walker has his own kryptonite. He overthrows the ball. First down, second down, third down, dead drive. First down, second down, third down, dead drive. And it continues and continues and continues. And you saw it during the Ravens game. Until we had no choice but to try to rely on the running game, where the O-line was not blocking well for the running backs deep in the depth chart. That leads to more dead drives. Do you see where this is going? Now, I will give you this. Both of them have their kryptonite problems. But Will Grier, in the deep range and the medium range, clearly outplayed PJ in both games. Clearly. It's plainly obvious. It's plainly obvious. You don't even need to look at the film to know that. Just look at the stats. 1 for 8. That should tell you all you need to know. If you've even been laying eyes on any film of PJ, you'll know that he's been overthrowing the ball, which leads to a 1 for 8 in dead drives. Now, Will, tell me one time that he actually threw a pick during that Ravens game. Name one time he threw a pick during that entire game. I'm looking at the stat for him all week this week. And I still have yet to find an interception on that list. Improvement, ladies and gentlemen. Last year, he would have thrown a pick. His throwing motion, his technique, his footwork are much, much better. They're still not there yet. Not even close to being there yet. He's below the average line, but not by much. He's improving. And for those that are naysayers right now, go ahead. Go ahead, throw your shade right now. And I'm going to tell you, if we choose Will Grier over PJ Walker and Sam goes down, Will prove me correct. Watch. Just watch. Yes, he throws a few picks, but who doesn't in the league right now? Look at Phillip Rivers' career. Okay? Look at Phillip Rivers' career. This dude started out throwing mega picks to everybody. But look how far that Chargers team went under Norv Turner. Point being, give this man some leeway. Give him some time. Let him develop. He will be one of your best backup quarterbacks in the league by the end of 2 years. That's my projection right now. Now, I could be off on that. and y'all can hold me to that. But I believe 2 to 3 years, he could be one of the best backup quarterbacks out there before he retires. All right, let's go to the chat. Hi, it's Tom, Mr. Tom Brady. Now, y'all know how I feel about Tom Brady. Don't even. That's a hot button issue in and of itself right now. I ain't even going to go there. Todd Parker, one quarterback's scared to throw it and the other one's not scared, but he throws it away. I wouldn't say that Will is scared to throw it. I think it's his mechanics. I honestly think it's his mechanics. Now, PJ, I have no idea what's going on with him because he regressed. And nobody expected this. This was completely out of the blue. He regressed. So, if you look at Will, he does look calm and composed back there. He does. And, maybe he holds onto the ball a little too long for most people's liking. And you saw one sack because of it. Yeah. Neither one is ready. Of course, that's why they're backups. That's why they're second and third string. And, my thought is, though, that Will is able to scramble out of the pocket. He looks just as comfortable in the pocket as he does outside of the pocket. So I think, Will's improved. So I gotta disagree with your thought there of him being scared. Now, PJ, I do agree with that. He is not scared to throw that ball, and he never was. 2019, 2020, into 21 preseason, no, he's not been scared to throw that ball. Now, the problem is he's got to stop putting too much heat on these balls. These are hospital balls, ladies and gents. Been saying it. Hospital balls. That's why Keith Kirkwood ended up on the concussion list. The concussion protocol. No one talks about that. I'm saying it again. For all the newcomers. Everybody wants to blame TJ. He's half the equation. No, PJ is the other half, and nobody blames him. He's like the golden goat. I don't understand it. I don't get it. He's over here overthrowing the water boy, the head coach, the people in the stands watching the training camps, and yet he gets off scot-free. Point blank, this man is not ready this year. He needs to be third string. Now, granted, Will is not ready either, but he's getting there. Give him time. All right. Kent Sullivan says the test will be a hump to get over, even without Deshaun Watson. Fourth quarter hasn't been good for the Panthers. All right, here's the thing with the Texans. Watson is definitely not going to start. I'm betting about 90% on that one. He's not going to start. He didn't even participate in team drills. Everybody knows this. It's all over social media. Watson will not play that game. I am very, very confident in saying that right now. So, how do we get over our fourth quarter problems? And this is not new either. You got a point there, Kent. We have had issues in the fourth quarter trying to score. I'm not so much worried about the defense in the fourth quarter because they do step up in that last 6, and it has been consistently through the preseason. We know this. Now, Kent, let's say that Sam Darnold is still in versus the Texans, right? Let's say he is. And he puts up some decent numbers. He does well. We go into the fourth quarter. And, y'all want to play devil's advocate with Sam, where he becomes PJ Walker and he doesn't get it done in the red zone, right? He pulls a PJ Walker. Or he pulls a Teddy Bridgewater and doesn't get it done in the red zone. So, that would be on Sam. He's had all the weapons, all the opportunities on offense. Everybody's healthy to this point. But again, hypotheticals. Because if you look at how many times we have gone into come out of the Saints games with injured starters, that are very important to the team, this is not new. Now, that would be on Sam. And part of that would probably be on the offensive line. The only way I would start blaming wide receivers is if they start dropping the ball. Or they start running the wrong routes, like that Matt Rule has been saying all preseason. Which, I don't know, take that with a grain of salt because I don't know what the plays look like, right? I don't know what the playbook looks like. Nobody does. But if say you're looking at just Madden basic, plays like a slant, like an out route, stuff like that, then yeah, you could judge on that. But I highly doubt that we're running on those basic plays that Matt Rule was evaluating. I mean, I feel like we were running on intermediate plays at this point when he said that. We were running on those intermediate plays, level of difficulty. Those plays are. We don't know what those routes are supposed to be. So put that into perspective. Now, that's the only way I blame the wide receivers if we don't get it done in the red zone. Otherwise, it's on Sam. Now, here's where we get very, very complicated with this. Because now we're going to play devil's advocate where PJ Walker or Will Grier don't get any points throughout most of the game. And it comes down to PJ or Will Grier once Sam goes down with an injury, right? And we don't get it done in the red zone. Are we going to sit here and wonder why we didn't get it done in the red zone? After everything that we've seen in preseason so far? No, that's on PJ or Will Grier. 100%. You can't blame the line that had been pass protecting really well. If they do that again consistently against the Steelers, you cannot blame the offensive line after that point. Unless somebody's injured. Then I could see. Exactly. We're screwed. So, do y'all understand now how some of these games can be trap games? Especially the Vikings and the Eagles game. And Dallas has been loading up. Let's be real about this. Dallas has been loading up. So I don't know how I feel about that game anymore now. I would have to go back and look at one of their preseason games and just see what they have. See. I don't want to just look at a roster. I don't want to just look at stats. I want to watch these guys and see what we got to deal with. So this is the week where I'm going to start really, really watching these preseason games and learning more about these teams. Because these starters are going to be in for the majority of this game. Preseason game, week 3. Right? So, if you see a bunch of posts or reactions on Facebook related to different games and what I think of certain players, that is why. I'm going to scout these guys. I'm going to take a look at what we got. And this is going to be extremely helpful when we go into fantasy football as well. So, I encourage everybody to do this. If you don't want to, you don't have to. But, watch these games, man. I'm telling you. Last week of the preseason is going to be a do or die in the first half. And you're going to find out exactly who these players are and who they aren't. So, yeah, I don't see Deshaun Watson playing. Don't see it happen. I think we're going to see Tyrod Taylor. 90% sure of that. Now, there is that 1%, there is that 10% chance where, everything goes 180 and they say, well, Watson now decides, oh, I've gotten off scot-free off of these charges, and now I want to be a team member again. How would I go about doing that? And the coach goes, well, you're our best chance at winning this game, so we're putting you in. That's the only way I see Watson play. Otherwise, no. Go fish. If the media is fishing for that narrative, they're not going to get it. They're just not. And they can put up as many false stories as they want. It's not going to happen. So, Ghost Marine says, oh yeah, absolutely. Any game could be a trap game, but I agree. Our first will look great against their seconds. Who's seconds? We're talking about Pittsburgh, or are we talking about Texans? Kent Sullivan. Because it makes a big difference. Because we're going into that Pittsburgh game today, so that's why I'm asking that question. Now, apologies about me eating on stream, guys. I'm just really hungry and I haven't got a chance to eat yet. Busy morning. So if I make y'all hungry, go ahead and eat something, man. Go grab some chips or a drink or something. But, okay, either. Fair enough. Pittsburgh's depth chart. And I'm glad you brought that up. Hold on. I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to look at their depth chart. Steelers. We need to look at that depth chart, man. Okay, team. All right. That's really weird. Why did they put the quarterback spot right down here? Anyway, we got Deontay Johnson. We got James Washington. James Washington's a nobody. Rico Bussy's a nobody, as far as I'm concerned. Unless somebody tells me different. Okafor. I'm familiar with Okafor. I think he's an okay lineman. Can we get past him? Probably. But to me, I'm not that concerned. Dan Moore Jr., Chaz Green, nobody knows who they are. I'm going to skip over them. Kevin Dotson, haven't heard that name, to be honest. JC, haven't heard that name. Trey Turner. Huh. Now, y'all know this name. I don't even need to speak on this name right here. Y'all already know who this dude is. How long has he been in the league now? 6'3", 320 pounds, 8 years in the league. And he has started every game that he has been given an opportunity to start. He didn't start the Raiders. He didn't start the Broncos. Okay. So every opportunity he's been given, he has started last year. Dude's still a tank. He's still a Pro Bowler. And I regret that we didn't pay this man. I gotta bring that back up. Hold up. That's not what I want. Return. Alright. Depth chart. Alright, so obviously his name catches everyone's attention. We got Zach Banner. We got Joe. We got Rashad. None of them should really catch anyone's eye, unless they start really doing something productive today. And the thing about offensive linemen is, either you notice them or you don't. And if you notice them, it's either a really good thing or it's a really bad thing. But if you're not noticed as a lineman, it's a good thing. So, Eric Ebron, not that impressive as a tight end. Yeah, the average guy, right? Najee Harris, pretty good running back. You got Benny Snell, Anthony McFarland. McFarland's been around, I think. Jalen Samuels. I gotta double check that. I think he's been around for a while now. Yeah, 2 years. Okay. That's why I recognize that name. Derek Watts, Trey Edmonds. And nobody pays attention to fullback. Come on. Big Ben is still around. Now, rewind back to about 10 years ago. This dude was an absolute tank. You could not sack him no matter how hard you tried. We had some of our veteran Pro Bowlers try to tackle this man back in the day. Good luck. Good freaking luck. He takes hits like an actual World War II tank and still stands. I don't understand how he does it. I still don't understand how he does it. 6'5", 240 pounds. You look at him, it's pure muscle. It's pure muscle. Look at this, ladies and gents. What a tank. Now, granted, the last couple of years haven't been that great for him. You could argue the last 4 years haven't been that great for him. But, he's still getting 33 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, though. That's not bad. That's not bad, folks. For a guy that is 39 years old now, think about that. That's not bad. And you look at him, he's from Miami, Ohio. Who do you know from Miami, Ohio that's actually this legendary at this level? Who do you know? Nobody, right? Not Miami, Ohio has not been known to produce players like this. So when you see a legend like this, it's a rarity. So props to Miami, Ohio, for creating an absolute legend here. And yeah, I got all the respect for Big Ben in the world. Now, do I want him to lose against us? Absolutely. But do I have respect for him? Sure. So now we got Mason Rudolph. And I want to take a minute to talk about Mason Rudolph. 6'5", 235 pounds from Oklahoma State. I was watching Oklahoma State while he was quarterback, and he did pretty well. 22 for 39 against the Browns. Not too shabby, right? 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. That's when he was given a real chance to do something. And let's see. 176 for 283 for his career. Not too bad. Could be a lot better, but not bad. 13 touchdowns, 9 picks. He was sacked 15 times. I want to point that number out because that shows you how strong his line was over the past 4 or 5 years. That he's been doing the same with Big Ben. It's the same line. With second stringers now moving up to first string. If they have moved up. So his career as a starter 5-4. 5-3 in 2019. And 0-1 last year. So, as a whole, he has completed 201 for 326 passes. That's 61.7%, which is not terrible. Considering backup quarterbacks in the league. He's probably one of the top 10 backup quarterbacks out there, if I had to judge it. I would be glad to have him. So, 4 years he's been around, man. Not bad. Dwayne Haskins, everybody knows about Dwayne Haskins now. Don't really need to go there. Wide receiver, Juju Smith, excellent. Ray McLeod. Now, I'm a Clemson man, so of course I'm going to pump up Ray. Ray Ray's a beast, man. Ray Ray's a beast. He's not as good as some of the other Clemson wide receivers out there, but, he will get the job done for you. He's not flashy, but he'll get the job done. He's got some talent. He's got some definite skill. And my man Dabo developed him really, really well. So, give him his due. When we move on to this defense, we got Cameron Hayward. Cameron Hayward's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. Tyson, nobody really to write home about, but he gets the job done quietly for you. Stephon Tuitt, same here. He'll get the job done, but he's not going to be flashy like all the rest of these defensive ends. He's not going to get that kind of push that you need. But they saw enough of him that they thought, okay, well, let's give him a shot. Let's see what he can do. And he's produced. So, TJ Watt. Everybody knows TJ Watt. He's been everywhere. So, if you don't know who he is, go look him up. You'll find his highlights everywhere. Dude's pretty good. Cassius Marsh, Quincy Roche. Now, y'all remember, if you've been watching the draft streams that I did, I mentioned Quincy Roche. Let's take a look at him. 6'3", 245 pounds from Miami. This is an aggressive guy right here. He will put the heat on you. So, he's fast, he's physical, and he's great for a rookie. So, I'm looking forward to watching him. This is going to be a lot of fun watching him in a Steelers uniform, man. I cannot wait. That's one of the big names that has really caught my eye this year out of the rookie class. And Miami's produced some really good players as of lately. Jamar Watson, nobody. That's a camp body. Come on. Joe Sherbert is pretty good. Alex Highsmith, so. Joe Hayden's been around a little bit. You know, nothing too excited there. Joe Hayden's pretty good. I think he may be one that we got to watch out for. You got 12 years in the league from Florida, 44 tackles, 2 interceptions. My question is how many pass deflections? Can we get a look at how many pass deflections? That's what I want to know. I don't think I can scroll this over. No, we don't have any pass deflections on the list here. Maybe ESPN will show that. But, I'm seeing here he has a consistent 1 forced fumble per year. So that's something to watch out for. Okay, now, these are the two columns I'm looking at. Total tackles, solo tackles. Let's see what this guy's did. Now, early on, he was consistent, as you can see by these numbers. 2014, he had an excellent year with the Browns. 55 solo tackles out of 73. That's a huge number, folks. He was everywhere. He was flying. That was his peak. 15, you didn't see him much. I don't know what happened that year. Maybe an injury, maybe something else. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. We're not here to speculate at the moment, but, you know, I just want to look at this right here. All right. Notice these last 3 years. Look at these numbers right here. 44 solo tackles out of 56. 50 out of 56. 42 out of 50. This man can handle open field tackling. And he's very, very dangerous in that way. There's pass deflections. My bad. Okay. So 148 total for his career. Granted, he had 20 during 2014. He had 20 during 2013. He had 19 during 2011, 18 during 2010. So, and then the 17 here in 2019. I would argue that's probably his best skill is open field tackling and pass deflections. And I was thinking about that, you know, over the years, watching him. Because I think those are the two categories that you want to watch out for him on. But I just wanted to point him out. Justin Lane. Trey Norwood. I believe Trey is a rookie, is he not? Yes. 94 from Oklahoma. I liked what I saw in the films, in the highlight films. Let's see what he does. So I'll be looking for him today. There's also Melvin Ingram III. Okay. Terrell Edmonds. Terrell Edmonds gets my attention. 6'1", 2007, 217 pounds. 4-year vets from Virginia Tech. We got 46 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions logged last year. Interesting. That's 2020 season, my bad. Okay. So and this dude's a safety. Interesting. Ugh. All right. 8 total tackles in this game. 5 assisted. I'm seeing an even number of assisted versus solo tackles. So it seems to me. Oh, well. Hold up. Against the Giants, he had 7 solos, 8 total. Interesting. Okay. But when you look at the total numbers, this is what I want to look at. 48 for 71, 60 for 94. Oof. 43 for 65. Making it a total of 151 for 230. Solo tackles versus total tackles. That means he's had a lot of help. That's something I think we can exploit. If we can take his help out of the play, then we got a shot at getting something past him. Because I'm not seeing many pass deflections. I'm not seeing any forced fumbles. None of that. We do need to watch out if we put Will Greer in for the interceptions, but with PJ, it's not going to be a problem. But yeah, I think if we can find a way to take his help out of the play and leave him one-on-one versus a playmaker, such as maybe Terrence Marshall Jr., maybe Shi Smith, because we're looking at that part of the roster here. DJ Moore, maybe Robbie going deep on him. Looks interesting, doesn't it, folks? That may be a potential hole right there in their defense. And I'm not real impressed with these backup guys right at the moment. But you never know. You never know who's going to step up and get it done. 6'2", 222. Quarter 10 tackles. Again, you're looking at 84 versus the 101. So he's had a lot of help. The players on defense that stand out the most to me are the ones that make these open field tackles without help. Those are the ones you got to watch out for. Because those are the ones that are going to stick around the league for at least a good 5 years. If they don't get injured first. So, but the people that rely on that help, again, This is the challenge of the offensive coordinators is to take away that help. Get them distracted. Then you're facing guys like Miles or our guy right here, Terrell Edmonds, by themselves. That's big play potential. Especially on the deep balls, right? If you can come up with the right routes for these guys, then they're going to have some fun. Cameron Sutton, James Pierre. See, I don't know much about these players at the moment, but I do know about Quincy Roche because I actually studied his highlight films. Trey Norwood was a rookie as well. But for the most part, I'm not familiar with most of them. TJ's name pops out to me. I think this dude was a practice squad guy for a while. Last year, if I'm not mistaken, as a rookie. He may or may not have stayed on that roster. I don't know. 1 year, 6'4", 289. I gotta be real with you. I don't know if he stayed on that practice squad or not. Because I don't. This far down in the roster, I don't really keep up with when it comes to the other teams, in preseason. Because a lot of these guys end up cut. So I try to focus like 90% of my efforts on our team when it comes to that far down the depth chart. Unless I see somebody that really catches my eye that we play in preseason versus these guys, whoever this team is, that we end up facing. Whether it be the Steelers, whoever it may be. We're about an hour from game time, ladies and gentlemen. So, that being said, we are right in the meat of this stream. Getting into the depth chart and the stats and everything else. So, that's awesome. We're right where we need to be. We're right on schedule. So, I got a lot of respect for Mike Tomlin. He's an incredible coach. This is what I wanted to look at was who else they have on their staff. Assistant wide receivers coach. Okay. So we got Mike Sullivan. We got Chris Morgan. Fredo Roberts. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's take a look at the Steelers transactions real quick. I just want to see what they've been up to. Let's see. They released a bunch of players on the 24th ahead of the cut deadline. So that's an offensive lineman. That's a wide receiver. With an injured linebacker. Okay. None of these names really pop out to me. Oh. They released a kicker. Noted. I'm just looking for any names that really pop out to me here. Signed Melvin Ingram. Ooh. Okay. A lot of y'all know who Melvin Ingram is. We've been watching his career. Okay. Nothing too exciting there. Injury report. Let's see what we're doing with the injury report. And then we'll take a look at ours. Nobody injured. Really? What's our injury report look like? We don't even have a section for it. Social media team, what are you doing? How do we not have a section for injury report? Y'all are slacking. Thus far, I've been very, very impressed with Evan Cooper. And I also like Jason Simmons. I like both of those guys right now. And Evan Cooper is your corners director of player evaluation. Jason Simmons, defensive pass game coordinator, secondary. Now, if you were watching some of my training camp videos, you would see both of those guys in action. Very vocal, very attentive to detail. And once we get into this game, you'll start to see their teachings start to pay off against these Steelers players. And you saw a little bit of it against the Ravens. We were getting really tight on these wide receivers in press coverage. We were looking real good on open field tackling. And that's what you need to see. That's encouraging. That's very encouraging. Because that's one of the things that we did really well during 14 and 15 when we made that Super Bowl run. Now, that in mind, if we can get a little bit more aggressive and get some pass breakups on top of that, then we're really cooking on defense at corner position, I feel like. And the linebackers are starting to step in too. Now, the problem is going to be fatigue. Because the offense is not getting off the field enough, is not getting points, not doing enough, it puts pressure on the defense. The defense is on the field too long, and fatigue sets in. And Steve Smith pointed that out. He has an attention for detail just like we do. So, the fact that he noticed it is not a good thing. Excuse me, God, I gotta plug up my phone. There we go. All right. Now, were there any more transactions reported in the last 2 days? Here we go. Look at this. After we sign Dominic, we waive him. Wow. Now, here's my question. Did we give him a fair shot? Did we give him a fair chance? 4 kicks is... I don't know if that's enough. I don't know if that's enough for me to say if he's a bust or not. You know, making 2 out of 4 from that far back. But I'm not a coach. So, you know, I can't speak on what Matt Rule and the special teams coaches and everyone else saw. It was a closed-off practice. So, you know, if this was during training camp, I could tell you exactly what I saw. But this was closed-off practice. So I have no idea. We gave this guy 2 days. So, you be the judge. We waived safety Brian Cole. I'm okay with that. Brian Cole did not get my attention. Fine with me, Camp Body. You know, a lot of these guys are going to be camp bodies. Krishan Hogan, you got Harrell, you got Simon. None of these guys really. Come on. I would argue that maybe Ellerby or Eberle could have been tested a little bit more, but other than that, none of these guys really catch your attention. They got cut. Markin Michael's been around. He's been practice squad to practice squad, and nobody cares. Kendall Donnerson, nobody, nah. No, none of these guys. I agree with all these moves so far. Now, this week, after this game, we'll start to see a couple of vets get cut. And it's going to absolutely upset the balance in the fan base. Now, I'm going to say this very clearly. Do not buy into the media bias. Do not buy into the stories. Hear out what I say when I post stuff on these players. Because I may know something they don't. A lot of these media people don't understand this team. They don't understand the players on this team. They don't understand what they're looking at. All they see is what's in front of them during preseason games. Except for the media people that come out during training camp every day. And there's a set of like half a dozen of them. But I would argue about 3 of them actually understand this team. And what we're trying to do. And those 3 know who they are. Now, do not buy into media bias. Everyone's saying that Will Greer is trash right now. PJ had a great game. That's the type of nonsense I'm talking about right there. Everybody that thinks that the Perryman move was terrible. Everyone that thinks that Greg Little trade was terrible. Those are the people I'm talking about. Ignore that garbage. What we need to focus on is what we have right now. What we're doing right now. Put your faith and trust in this management. They know what they're doing. Okay? Now, I know a lot of naysayers are going to say, oh, well, we only had 5 wins last year. We only had 5 wins. Look at Matt Rule's overall record. First year, 5 or 6 wins. Second year, 10 wins. It's been consistent at Baylor, at Temple, and now we're going into the Panthers. Let's see if it happens again. That's why I'm setting the high bar at 10 wins. I think it's possible. People are saying the schedule's soft. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. I got to debate that point right there. There's a lot of trap games in there. That if we lose Sam Darnold, that's trouble. If Sam Darnold goes down, we lose every one of those trap games. I can guarantee you that. I don't even have to guess. That's just point blank. It's going to be completely obvious, and you can take that down as record right there. So, but if Sam is in, we have a solid shot at 8 wins. I think realistically 8 wins if he stays healthy the entire year. And our stars stay healthy the entire year. If we lose a couple of death people, whatever. Tribroad Jr.'s injury, whatever. We cannot lose star players, though. That's the key. We lose these guys. We're sitting at 6 wins again. And so for some people, it's just like, well, 6 wins, we slightly improved. You could look at it that way. And there's nothing wrong with that. But the majority of our fan base is going to say, well, 6 wins, we failed again. The goal is the Lombardi. All these people that are just like, oh, well, we're going to go 12. We're going to go undefeated all the way to the Super Bowl. Yeah. And it's just like, I love y'all, but no. I love y'all, but no. I don't know what Panthers color glasses y'all are wearing right now, but you need to take them off. Because that ain't happening. That only happened 1 year. And that was actually ahead of schedule by 1 year. If you look at it. And I'll go into some detail another day. But, point is, we should not be expecting that every year. Look at the 04 Panthers. They came out of nowhere. No one expected that. Nobody. Look at the 14 Panthers. Out of nowhere. We pulled a 180. We came out of nowhere and we started making the playoffs. Nobody expected that. Of course, making the Super Bowl, yeah, everybody kind of expected that the year after. With the schedule that we had. But still, the point being is we could come out of nowhere this year and get 10 wins, sneak into the playoffs quietly, get a playoff win, and surprise a team in the NFC. It could happen. But we've got to keep these guys healthy. That's how we're able to pull it off. That's why I'm saying our ceiling is probably 10 wins, and that puts us in a wild card spot. That's good. That's progress. No, it's not a Lombardi. No, it's not an NFC championship. But it's progress. It's progress towards the goal that we're trying to get to. What's up, David Screws? How you doing, man? I have high hopes for our new kicker. Or are you talking about Mr. Dominic Ellerby? Or Eberly? I keep saying that name wrong. I'm sorry, guys. Can't read today, apparently, either. But, yeah. Are we talking about Eberly here? Because he got cut in 2 days. I mean, yikes. Me too. I didn't realize how big of a problem it was until we got that info that he was that Joey went 0 for 4 from 45 yards out. I didn't realize it was that big of a problem. So that's why you see all of these roster moves that are on your screen right now. And they may look innocent right now. But think about why we made them. If you've been watching, Joey needs some help. At first, I was willing to be patient with the man, and I called for patience at first. I was just like, well, Joey's never been one to push these kicks to the right. But now, I don't know what's going on. And thinking back, and here's the Clemson reference, because I'm a Clemson fan. No offense to anybody else out here, but I'm a Panthers fan first. But looking back at the Clemson teams of old, I noticed, I want to say it was Catanzaro. I think it was Catanzaro. If y'all remember, we brought him in for 1 year. And he kept pushing it to the right. He was doing that at Clemson for a while too, before he came up to the pros. For a small stretch of time. I think it was during the regular season, but it was a small stretch of time. And I thought, well, you know, at the time that we signed him, I thought, I'll take any Clemson player on this roster except for him. Because if you look at his record in Arizona, it was terrible. It really was. And I was like, okay, well, that's a product. That's a perfect example of how some of these players transition into the NFL. Some of them don't. Right? Some of them come out of nowhere. They don't do anything in college, and then they come up to the NFL level and they just start beasting and feasting. So you just never know. So, by that point, I had already seen enough of them in Arizona to say no. No, that was a bad move by Ron Rivera and the staff. I adamantly voted against that one. So, and that's, as a Clemson fan, for me to vote against one of my own, that's saying something. So when you see that happen, that shows you that, this is not bias at all. No, I'm Panthers first. 55-man roster first, no matter who they come from. They could come from Arizona, they could come from LSU, they could come from Georgia, they could come from anywhere. I don't care. We've had success with South Carolina Gamecocks players. Awesome. Bring them in. If that's what gets us to the playoffs, more power to them to draft us South Carolina players. I'm cool with it. I got no beef with that at all. If it's Alabama players, if it's Georgia players, I don't care. Best 55-man roster, period. And for me to vote against one of my own, that tells you I have zero faith in said player after watching him for a number of years. That's me being a student of the game, not being biased. So when I look at PJ Walker, and we've been watching this man 2019, 2020, and I was one of the strongest proponents of getting him in here. Probably one of the first ones, honestly. Because before my posts or anything else, he wasn't really that mentioned, to be honest. So, and my thought is, well, if he's not going to get it done, then third string. Third string. I'm a businessman first. I might love the guy, personally. I might love him as a human being. I might think, he's part of the Panthers family. He's part of the Panthers team. Awesome. He's a great guy. He gives back to the community. But if he doesn't produce, third string. If you don't get it done, you get cut. And that's my message to all these players that are on this roster right now. Step it up. Earn your spot. If you want it, take it. Take it. Don't wait for it to come to you. Take it. Like Matt Rule says, don't be the first player to make a play. Take your spot. Be a predator. I want a team full of predators, not prey. That's what I've always been about. I want the best 55. Not average 55, not below average 55, not settling 55. I want the best 55. And I know Matt Rule is going to agree with that. So with that being said, there's at least 6 players that I think we should keep an eye on today that are on the bubble. 2 of them are on the offensive line. For me. And that is Aaron Monterio. He's one of them. I need to see more of this dude. I haven't seen enough of him. I need to see more. Richie is on the bubble for me on offense. I need to see this dude catch these balls. I don't want to see any more drops. If you're going to make this practice squad at least, catch some balls, bud. Don't fumble it. Now, I think CJ Saunders is going to be pretty good on the special teams. I have no problem with him staying. He's not on the bubble for me. Now, who is? Who is, ladies and gentlemen? Trenton Cannon. Trenton Cannon did not show me enough in that Baltimore game. He did not show me enough in his joint practices with the Ravens. I need to see more. Now, whether that's a product of the offensive line not blocking well enough that deep into the depth chart or not, I don't know. That's what I need to look at. And that's where Martez Ivey comes in. We've been doubling down on Cameron Irving. I have no problem with that. Dennis Daly, no problem with that. Paradis, obviously. Taylor Moton, obviously. John Moore, obviously. Those are your main guys. And I see Brady Christensen and Deontay Brown being solid as well. I think Mike Horton is okay too. But is it enough to open up these gaps? We're going to find out today. How well did we work on that part of the game this week? I mentioned it as a major issue. We didn't see let me see. Running backs. Hold on. We didn't see anybody after Chuba Hubbard do anything. I mean, maybe Spencer Brown. Maybe. Beyond that, nothing. Now, I don't know how much of that was the offensive line. How much of that might have been Ravens' depth on the D-line. We don't know. It's preseason, so we don't know. But for my money, Rodney Smith, Spencer Brown, Trenton Cannon, and Darius Clark have not impressed me. I'm happy with the wide receivers. I like Chuba Hubbard. I think that's the next power back that we have right here. I love it. Chuba's been consistent. I like Chuba. I think Reggie Bonifant may get upstaged here. I think the only reason really that he's staying in second string right now is because of a little bit more experience and I don't know, maybe the speed. Maybe I'm reaching there. Maybe I am, but we'll see. I need to see a little bit more from Tommy as well. Tommy Tremble. I'm still not 100% sold on him. I don't know that much about Colin Thompson. I don't know that much about Stephen Sullivan, so I need to watch them a little bit closer today. And we'll see how well they do. I'm sold on Omar. I'm sold on Hyman. I like them both. I'm sold on Zylstra. I'm sold on Shi Smith. I'm sold on Terrace Marshall Jr. I think Terrace Marshall Jr. is our number 4 wide receiver. Shi Smith is our number 5. Zylstra number 6. Omar Bayless number 7. Hyman number 8. And CJ number 9. I like our wide receiver core. So there is no excuse. No excuse. If the O-line is getting the proper pass protection that they need to get, there is zero excuse for Will Grier or PJ not to get it done. Y'all hear it here. Y'all heard it here, man. Zero excuse. So if either one of them comes in today and chokes, after that line has protected them both properly, and none of these wide receivers are getting injured, no excuse. I'm not giving them any leverage today. They either show me what they can do or they don't. They either show me improvement or they don't. They either get it done today or they don't for us. And all of you guys are going to get to see exactly what these two players are. Strengths and weaknesses today. Again, it's not a secret. It never was. We saw it all throughout training camp. It's not a secret. They're kryptonites. We know what they can do. We know what they can't do. So honestly, to me, I've seen enough. Moving on defense, because I've spent enough time on that. Okay. The fact that Jermaine Carter beat out Perryman is the reason Perryman is not here anymore. Now tell me something. We got Clay Johnston. We got Patty Fisher. And all we were able to get was a 6th rounder after giving up a 7th rounder. And Perryman. Has he really slidden that far? That's his value? That's disappointing. Because I feel like he would have beaten out Clay Johnston. I feel like he would have beaten out Patty. That's my take on it. I've been watching him, and I feel like he would have beat them both out. We got Frankie over here on the right side, you know. We got Celestin over here on the left. Julian Stanford. Apparently, they still like Julian Stanford enough. They put him at 2nd string, so I'm going to take a look at him today. We're going to find out who he really is. Yeah. Honestly, I feel somewhat confident with the linebackers right now. Somewhat confident. We got Jermaine Carter, we got Shaq, we got Reddick. If we can't get it done with this trio, Luvu can step in. Celestin can step in. And we'll be okay. But Perryman gets traded? I don't know about this, folks. I don't know what to think about that trade. I like the value that we got for him. I like the trade itself. I don't like the fact that his value degraded that much, though. That's something to look at. That's something to definitely consider. when I'm looking at the rest of these roster moves from here on forward. But it does kind of set the bar for what the value of these players are going to be. You know, what the league thinks the value is. So I think it's important that we pay attention to that trade in particular for that reason. In case we have to make further roster moves with trades. So we go into corner position. I feel confident with Dante Jackson and JC Horn. Y'all do too. AJ's solid. I like Thomas Oliver III. I think he's going to get that job over Melvin. And I think he's going to prove himself today. So expect Stanley to come out there and ball hard. If he wants that spot, he'll have to ball hard to get it. So that's what I meant when I said earn it. Stanley, if you want it, take it. It is yours. I see it. Will, if you want that number 2 spot at quarterback, take it today. Go out there and earn it. Don't sit on that performance last week. Earn it. Show another 11 for 14 performance. Show another accurate, on-target day. Prove to these people that you deserve it. Don't worry about the naysayers. Ignore the media. Ignore all these people that are posting all this garbage. No. No. Don't pay no attention to that. Go out there and earn that spot. You pretty much earned it in my eyes. You just got to get the management's attention. And if you do that again today, you'll earn it. I have no doubt. 6 for 10 in the first game. 11, boom, 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 boom. He was hitting them like crazy. He only underthrew 1 pass during the Ravens game. Only 1. I say he takes it. If he doesn't, you will see me go all over social media and letting them know how big of a mistake they just made. I don't play around, folks. When it comes to the success of this season, I don't screw around. You saw me back in 15. If you were paying attention and you were watching the Facebook groups and all the official pages, I went absolutely nuts about Remmers. I went nuts. I let him know how big of a mistake that was. Every single week, I let him know. I let him know on the channel, too. You can go back and look at the videos. Nobody pays any attention, and it cost us a Lombardi. Guess which other team it cost them a Lombardi of? The Chiefs, last year. Do y'all still want to doubt when I call somebody out? Do y'all still want to doubt that? Nobody on this channel does. Nobody on this page does. How about the rest of the fan base? Y'all still want to doubt that? Go ahead and laugh. Go ahead and laugh at me, man. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I don't do this for money. I never have. Even when we do earn money on this channel, every cent of it goes right back into the channel. I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for the team. I'm doing this for the organization, for the love of this team. So when I point out a player that is keeping us from getting to a Lombardi, please, management, listen. For goodness sakes, listen. If you don't do anything about it after that point, that's on you. But when I point it out consistently every single week, it is time to pay attention. And I have not been quiet on social media either. If y'all have noticed, I have not. I posted something during the stream last week during postgame. And I made it known. I even went on CV's YouTube channel yesterday. Last night, as a matter of fact, and I asked a question about that. It got ignored. Not that I don't respect CV and his channel, but everybody ignored it though. And I was like, I pointed it out on Big Cat's channel. Nobody paid attention. So here we go again. It's a repeat of 15, guys. Y'all know that I'm not playing around when I point out PJ. But we're going to see. We're going to see. Come back to me in about week 6. Come back to me about week 6 when Sam Darnold gets put on the IR again. Because we can't figure out our IR because we're playing musical chairs with the O-line. And y'all are going to come back and say, oh, you were right, you were right, you were right. It's like, thank you. Now we can finally find some success on this team. I'm not going to be that guy that says, I told you so. No, that's not who I am. I'm too humble for that. I'm too humble for that, dog. I'm just going to tell you, thank you. I wish you had listened to me before, but now we're here, and let's do something about it. Let's shop the merry-go-round. You know what I'm saying? It is time. We've been doing this for 5 years, folks. Going on 6 now. If we're still on that merry-go-round, still ignoring players like that I pointed out, that's on them. Darnold to Arnold tonight. That's right. That's right. All right, so corner position, I'm pretty solidly satisfied with. I like Julius. Melvin and Taylor, I need to take a look at. But I like Stanley Thomas-Oliver. I already know he's going to earn his spot. AJ, I already know he's going to earn his spot. I don't need to question that. AJ's fine at second string. I'm happy with that right there. I think Julius could make a move on Keith Taylor. I think that could happen. Julius has made enough good plays in the last 2 preseason games that I think it's possible he can make a move. Now, I did see some coverage issues. I did see a few missed tackles from Julius over the past 2 games and throughout camp. But overall, I think the positive far outweigh the negatives with Jalen. I think that's, I'm not ready to see this man get cut yet. I don't think it's, I think it's too early. Now, if we got to get down to 55, yeah. Yeah, I don't see him making it. But as of right now, this is his prove it time right here. You got to make it or make it, Jalen. Those are the options, buddy. You got to make it or make it to the second string. To the third string, I mean. You're not going to make second string. I always got that locked up. But you can take third. You can definitely take third. Keith Taylor's making enough plays that he's earned that spot for right now, but make a move, man. make your move. Tonight is your time. You know, Jeremy Chin solidly in that starter position. Justin Burris solidly in that starting position. I think Sam Franklin could make a move, but I doubt it. Sean Chandler is right where he needs to be. Hartsfield is right where he needs to be. Kenny Robinson is right where he needs to be. Middleton, I'm going to be real with you. I don't know if Middleton's going to make this cut. Point blank, I don't know if he is. That's a big question mark right there. That's one of my 6. Patty Fisher is another one of my 6 that I got questions about. And lastly, Frank Herron. You know, show me something. I don't doubt that Stanford is on this second string for a reason. Same with Clay Johnston. I don't question that. But Hartsfield, Patty Fisher, Frank Herron on the Ontario, Mike Horton is solid. So Ivy would be the one for me. Trenton Cannon is the next one. All of these last 3 running backs I need to see more of in the fourth quarter. I need to see a little bit more of them. I need to take a good look at them. You know, if that means we have less passes, that's probably a good thing, considering Will Grier and PJ. It's a bad thing, too, because it takes away reps from those two, which they desperately need to settle this quarterback battle, which should not be a battle, again, in my opinion. So, but Matt Rule will try to get these running backs more reps in the fourth quarter. Watch. And I'm going to say this again. It's preseason. Wins or losses do not matter. It's how we play preseason. These guys are trying to make roster spots. Yes, these guys probably need more reps if they're starters. Yes, it's the third preseason game. Yes, you're trying to make money. But these guys are trying. This is their last chance to make this 55-man roster. Some of these guys have no choice. Do you want a spot? Earn it. If you don't, move your butt out of the way for the people that do. Let's be predators tonight. Let's get it done. I want to see that competitive fire. End of the day, our goal is to see a full 55-man roster of competitive fire players that come out and ball. They're dogs. You know what I mean? That's what you want. Right now, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing a complete roster of those right now. Maybe after tonight we will. Let's hope. All right, so last week was rough. Car got broken into. David Screws. Oh man, that sucks, dude. Did they find out who did it? Did they catch him? Hopefully you got your windows replaced or your door replaced or whatever happened. You know, that needs to be replaced there. But yeah, that sucks, dude. That's a rough process. Have fun. Good luck with that, and hopefully the police will be on your side on that one, and the insurance company will be on your side too. Speaking of which, man, we are all on the side of the Panthers. We're all one team, one family, and we're all trying for one whole goal: to win. Christopher, you're at the game. Have fun, man. Where you sitting at? Sounds like fun, man. I heard those tickets weren't terribly expensive for that one compared to most preseason games. But typically those tickets cost more than most preseason games because we keep playing the Steelers every year. But consider this though. I like the progression of our preseason schedule. Think of it as tests, you know? And Pittsburgh is the final exam. Tonight is the final exam to cut the last group of players. You got the Colts game, that's easy. You got the Ravens, that's medium range, right? And then you got the Steelers for the final exam. That's your hard game, where everybody in the depth chart challenges you all the way down the roster. Let's see what this team is made of today. Row 129. Nice, man. Good seats. Good seats. Yeah, typically when I was at these games in 2015, I was like right underneath the big scoreboard, up in the upper decks. But I could still see everything. It was a great seat. And I'll never forget when Thomas Davis caught that interception on Aaron Rodgers. The beginning of the meme. Oh, it was beautiful. You could hear the roar of that stadium for miles. It was incredible. Oh, God, some good memories in that stadium. Seriously. There is no better place than Boa on game day. No better place. Preseason wise, I prefer to stay on my couch so I can look up these players, get information and all that, and do streams and stuff. Because I'm a YouTuber, but when I wasn't doing YouTube, oh, absolutely, I would have been at one of those games. If I wasn't doing the type of research that I'm doing on these players, you can bet I'd be there against the Steelers. That's the preseason game of choice right there for me. Yes, sir. Enjoy that, man. That's a great experience. Have you been in any regular season games or preseason games before, Christopher? Because if you are new to being at that stadium during game day, it's totally different from band day. Totally different. Yeah. You get sort of that same experience, but it's 50 times more electric. The energy is just through the roof. And I've been to several concerts over the years. I've been to a Clemson game or two. And I gotta say, I've never felt that type of energy on game day. Never. Never. Never felt that type of energy during a concert, except for maybe one. But that's a story for another time. If you guys want to hear that, then hit me up and we can talk music all day long during the days it's not game day, But because I could talk for hours about that stuff. But overall, I think this is going to be a very interesting game. We're going to find out who everybody is and who they aren't. Now's your chance to shine, Panthers players. Now's your chance, Joey. Now's your chance, Ryan. Settle that kicker position battle. We need to see it. I need to see both kickers today. I need to see both of them. And there's one last thing I want to address. I heard something about Taylor Moton. People wanting Taylor Moton to be over at left tackle. Y'all need to leave that narrative alone, too. We have Cameron Irving. Trent Scott's solid. You know? If we need to, we can move Deontay over there. It's fine. Or even Dennis Daly, we could move over there. It's fine. Dude, I have faith in Cameron Irving until he proves me wrong. I have faith in all of these players until they prove me wrong. And I really, really genuinely hope they don't. I hope they prove me right. Every one of them I put my faith into, I hope they prove me right. Man, the traffic is horrific just coming off Moorhead Street. Oh, yeah. Moorhead Streets. Oh, God. If you guys have ever been trying to find a parking spot during FanFest or during game day, it is horrific. Oh, God. You'll be sitting in that traffic for a good 15 minutes, bro. I'm telling you. There is a parking garage like right across the street from the stadium on FanFest Day, but it does cost you about, what is it, $20? It was $20 on FanFest Day. That's where I ended up at. But if you keep going down Moorhead Street, you'll find a couple of parking lots that are a lot cheaper. Yes, it involves a little walking, but it saves you some money and some time dealing with traffic. So, I would recommend that. I don't know if it's Moorhead Street or the other one. Y'all have to let me know. I'm not currently looking at the maps right now. I'll look at that later. But I think it was Moorhead Street. It's the one that curves, down from the south part of the stadium. It's that street that curves over to the right. And then you got some buildings and stuff like that down there. You cross under like two bridges. And there's like a construction zone over there. But if you're able to walk, it's worth it. That being said, we're going to wrap this up because we're about 3 minutes from game time. Thank you guys for watching. Let's see who's going to earn these spots, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. Christopher says that's cool because one play is talking about $50. What? Is that the solar panel one that was asking for 50? Never choose the solar panel parking lots. Don't ever choose that one. God, you will pay out the wazoo. I mean, some of those are probably going to go up to like $20 now, the cheaper ones that were 15, just because they're trying to get money. Because it's a COVID year. So I wouldn't put it past these people, man. Okay, you're not walking, dog? Okay. That's up to you. That's up to you, boss. But, alright, it is game time, ladies and gents. Let me see some keep pounding in chat. Let's go. And if you cannot see the game, here's the listing one more time for you guys. Screenshot that real quick. I'll leave it up for one more minute. So you can make sure that you are able to watch the game. And also, Anthony Rochelle mentioned sportstats.me is a great site as well. So there you go. I went on there and I wasn't able to really find any games on there, but maybe I'll check it out when it's off, when we're off stream and it's not a game day, and I'll see if I can get one of those to work. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys at halftime. Yep, solar panels. Yep, I knew it. That's the one that always double charges you. Just because it's solar panels. Those people do that every time just to screw you over and make an extra $15. Don't ever park in those spots, guys. I almost made that mistake once. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you find your spot, Christopher. Enjoy the game. And I will see you guys at halftime. Keep pounding! Alright, guys. See you guys at half.